Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. David Albion here, live in San Antonio. Oops, upside down. My ZBlack card, which has definitely changed my life. I just did the boss toss. I don't know if you heard that in the background. An amazing, ultra elite, 1 ounce metal impressive debit card. So, I'm pretty much what you would call a serial entrepreneur. I was born to be in business. I've dabbled in different businesses all along the way, starting from my young teens and buffing out classic cars and that were oxidized, so beautiful cars like Mustangs and Thunderbirds and things like that, Cadillacs in the neighborhood, as well as doing windows, cleaning and car detailing, mowing lawns, babysitting, pet sitting, all that kind of stuff, and then paper routes and into real life of, you know, or not real life, but other things beyond that kind of thing. And then the more entrepreneurial stuff along the way in adulthood, major corporations and businesses that I'm sure you know all of them or most of them, numerous ones that were great products and or services, and I love that about the companies. That's why I chose them. However, I also chose them for the income that was available to them, assuming that you'd be successful with that, of which I was very blessed by the opportunity of the health and well-being of the different products and services, like I said, that I used, but I also wanted the money. And being very committed and learning and growing on the internal of growth through books and tapes and different seminars and rallies of a very long time with a particular corporation, and then just ongoingly, you know, as I left that after about 10 years with, you know, pretty much no financial success, but definitely a lot of other success. It really taught me, basically got me to who I am today. And but just very grateful for this opportunity with ZBlack card. It has changed my life in being not just a great product. There's other products. This is a flagship product. They've got other products as well. Very, very innovative and needed in our community, just filling gaps that were there or not there at all, but when they were there, they weren't there that greatly or powerfully. And so liking the black card for what it does and has available has just been amazing. And so this is not just a good product or services, it's also been good for me, people around the world. We're all across the United States and Canada and in 200 countries and rapidly expanding. We're just about to hit 10,000 people as far as card holders in the world. So it's very, very, very early stages, yet very much to be a billion-dollar company. Do your own research. Google debit card, credit card, banking institutions, and you'll realize the smallest company currently is a $7 billion industry, and the largest is like a 15 billion or 150 million, I can't remember, or billion, I don't recall what it was, but so it's just a matter of time. It took net spend, I think it was, a gentleman I know pretty well has said it took them about 12 years, 15 years thereabouts to reach the $1 million mark. We're going to do that much sooner, because certainly, you know, fee-based, which is what all the other companies are, versus loyalty-based or peer-to-peer based, which is what this is, you know, with an income attached to it, a very nice income, if you will, and a credit line, up to a $10,000 credit line. I mean, this is just absolutely an amazing thing. And I had been in the food and beverage industry from a work standpoint along with my job, and that's why I chose that industry. I didn't want to get higher education. I believe in education, just not formally, so I've always done different entrepreneurial things, studying real estate and the different types of investments that are available. Haven't gotten too good with that, although I did have a property that I bought real well and was great in 2004. Unfortunately, we had the collapse just a few years later, and so I didn't start losing money until later. And it wasn't so much losing money, but I just, you know, my rent that I was able to get on it practically got cut in half. And after a few years of that, I just finally just said, because the market didn't correct enough soon enough, that I sold that a couple years ago, and have a few other properties throughout California and Sisters, Oregon, so both Northern and Southern California, but nothing that's really, you know, giving me the lifestyle I need, and it's in partnership, so it's just a different type of opportunity, more so for my future versus my benefit now. And So there's a lot of different things I've got experience in and things that I enjoy. I definitely enjoy travel and involved with different opportunities through travel that have been quite, good when I get to start traveling again. So, but from the job standpoint, again, just part of my testimony or my story is much experience in simple stuff, 24-hour convenience stores, food and beverage serving, banquet serving, fine, like high-end resorts and country clubs and things like that. Worked at quite a few of them up and down Camelback Road and Scottsdale Road and in Arizona for a while and stuff like that. And much better money there than it is here in San Antonio. But it just started. I certainly didn't plan on being in the industry as long as I have been, that's for sure, with my entrepreneurial mind. And didn't look at each time as something not working for me as a failure, but just as either it wasn't the opportunity for me, or if it was, it wasn't the timing, because they're all great. They just weren't great for me from what I wanted beyond just the products and services, which is the financial, gain from it as well. So some of these things I'll get back into when I get more stable and, have a nest egg, if you will, like a comfort zone of, 15, 20, 30K, a month coming in and or in reserves, which, for real estate, whether they require it or not, which nowadays they do, is I would have a reserve. It just seems foolish from a business standpoint to have a real estate property or multiple properties, yet not have a few months or more of reserves to back you up through hard times. I mean, I had what I had and it was good for the thing that I sold a couple years ago, and I had it for almost 10 years, 11 years since I bought it. But it just, most of the time I had it, it was just, unfortunately, a bad market, and it just didn't correct soon enough and good enough. So, the industry, like I say, I enjoyed it to an extent, the flexibility it gave me to do the life that I wanted, as far as pursuing entrepreneurship. However, being in Texas brought it to a whole another level of, okay, this has gone on too long. I do not like this. Not only did I not like it, there was a period of time just before I sold my property in Arizona that I just didn't want to live life anymore. Not like I was suicidal or anything, but it got so toxic, this work life that I was at here in San Antonio, with just the unprofessional people, a lot of ugliness, mean-spiritedness unnecessarily that, you need to work with. If you can imagine working with a team of people at whatever your job is, and that most of them, if not all of them, are certainly not entrepreneurial, definitely more than likely alcoholic drug addicts, have no life to live outside of television and, buying cars that they can't afford to look all that or whatever. But at any rate, it just got really, literally extremely toxic. I just didn't really want to wake up and then get to work. And then by the time I got home, it's like I just didn't have the energy or motivation or who I need to be to represent myself in business. So that basically got put on the back burner for a number of years. And I really got very, very depressed, functionally depressed or oppressed or whatever, still going to work, but I just finally called it quits by faith a couple months ago. So I've been just doing this business and another business somewhat related but a little bit broader as a financial broker for multiple types of loans and credit lines, white labeling if you will, and so that's been pretty good as well. So pretty excited about that, and so that's my story. I hope that somebody is touched by that they realize that whatever background they're currently caught up in, that if they're looking for something and they're looking for something real as well as simple, just as easy as utilizing the card. You don't have to be a marketing guru or a relationship guru, anything like that to be successful. You just have to use your card and semi-engage with people. They're going to ask questions when you toss it on the counter, or even if you just hand it to them, because it's unique. I mean, you feel it, it's unique. There are other metal cards out there, or at least one other card out there. I won't mention names, but it's half an ounce. This is an ounce. The half an ounce, honestly, you drop it, it sounds like plastic. Nothing wrong with that, but if you drop it on the ground, you can't hear it. You drop this on the ground, you're going to hear it. So whether it's by doing the boss toss or by accident you're dropping it and you don't know it, you're going to know it because you're going to hear it. So at any rate, being stuck somewhere and wanting to be out like I was for a very long time, this was my answer, and this very well could be your answer. take a look at it, a serious look at it, just to utilize for yourself. The credit, up to a $10,000 credit line to boost your credit. If your credit's already good and you're going to be making a house purchase or a car purchase, that much better for you to have that extra boost there with your relatively good credit score. And if it's not, it'll certainly get it up there, or be in the process of getting it up there. It's just absolutely so unique and awesome. So thanks. Catch me at davidalbionmedia@gmail.com. My number, area code 805-636-6646, Pacific Standard Time, 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. And if I'm not available right when you call, do leave a message and the best time to call you back, and I will. And I also have a 1 year, for anybody that wants it, free advertising. Go ahead and check out Hits, H-I-T-S, by B-Y-D-A-V-I-D, hitsbydavid.com, and see who else is already there. And you can get 1 year's worth of free advertising there, and that's absolutely amazing. No cost to you for 1 year. And if you choose to renew, fantastic. If not, there are upgrades available you can get right away, and of course that'll be a cost to you if you choose the upgrades. But just, you know, regular advertising on that website is free for 1 year. Thanks for watching. Please forward this to anybody and everybody within your Facebook group, LinkedIn, Messenger, Instagram, wherever, someone that you think that would be open to this. Even if you're not. If you are, fantastic. If you're not, you know, I know you know someone who is. So hats off to you, and look for me on YouTube as well at David Albion Media, I believe. I can't remember how to get there other than just search YouTube and David Albion, and I have a 54-second video there, and also my Twitter account, which is media, or that @ symbol, Media by David. Thank you and peace. Good night.